Hello, this is Kazim from the Career Cafe, and thanks for having a look at the Employee Handbook for the UK. I thought I'd quickly take you through it to familiarise you with it, so you can decide whether it's right for you or not. So yes, it's an Employee Handbook for the UK, and it specifically is for the UK. You could use it for other countries, but quite a lot of it would need to be changed, so it's purely recommended for the UK. I developed it in line with the latest ACAS guidelines and code of practice under the Employment Act 2008. ACAS is pretty much the the main body that most HR professionals refer to, which gives it sort of interprets the UK law and puts it into sort of practical, simple terms that we can understand. So that's where I kind of get lots of the sort of factual information, and I put it all together using my sort of experience as a HR professional. As I say, you can read that sort of stuff at the beginning. That yes, as I say, this should not be considered a substitute for legal advice. I just put this together. And you should contact an employment law solicitor to obtain advice with respect to any particular issue or problem. Anyway, let's move on. This document was last updated in October. I review it every 2 or 3 months, and then I tend to update it and show when I've updated it. So you can be sure it's up to date. The handbook has a few sections, just a welcome letter section from the CEO, Managing Director, company overview, just gives you a bit of a opportunity to write about the company and corporate goals, but you can just delete these sections if you don't want them. Then all the policies which have been shown on the website: annual leave, absence policy, maternity, disciplinary grievance, and they're all important in their own ways. I thought I'd have a look at a few of them in a bit more detail. Annual leave, absence policy, perhaps the disciplinary policy, some of the more common ones. So as a quick summary, the important ones there probably to look at are annual leave first. Let's quickly go through that. Scroll down, annual leave, that's the policy here. Pretty straightforward once again. You modify it and adapt it to suit what you need. It's got the standard annual entitlement for holiday, 20 working days plus 8 days bank holiday. But what also it has in there are lots of conditions in there, the procedure for requesting leave, carrying it over, and it sets up a whole sort of process. There are lots of things that you might not think of when you're sort of setting up your leave policy, and a lot of this stuff has been really thought about in here. So, you know, what happens if you're sick during annual leave? It tells you what to do in that circumstance, how to sort of calculate part-time employees, unpaid leave, just tells you how to sort of deal with all those sort of circumstances. The other important area is absence policy. As you know, absence in the UK is can be a big reason for reduced productivity. And one of the best ways to control or reduce absence is to have an absence policy, a clear absence policy. If the employees know that actually if they are sick, something will be done about it, they're being monitored, it will reduce the prevalence of sickness. Once again, this tells you how to manage your sickness within your company according to the law, and sort of explains to the employees what they need to do and all if they are sick, kind of thing. Yes, so that's pretty much and it also gives you bits of tips and advice on what to do with medical, hospital and dental appointments, compassionate leave, jury service. These are all things that, public transport strikes. These are all the kind of things that you don't really want to waste time thinking about. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. There's lots of past sort of precedents on how to deal with these things, and they're all written in there. Another important policy is obviously maternity. I won't go into the detail of that, but if you need to use it, it's there, along with the paternity policy, and now there is the newest one, which has come out recently, which is the shared parental leave policy, which basically gives the parents the ability to share the paid maternity leave. So that's all in there as well. So that's up to date. It's got the latest sort of stuff there. That's really important. Let's just skim past that. There's quite a lot of information there, as you can see. There's 18,000 words in this document. Disciplinary procedure. This is something you may use. Obviously, if an employee gets into a problem, you need this. By law, you will need to have a disciplinary procedure. So this actually enables you to fulfill your legal requirements in the UK, and so if somebody is underperforming or behaving badly, you would then follow this procedure. Sets out what to do, do an investigation, and if necessary, you might do a disciplinary meeting and give a warning. And there's a whole process that's all set out here on how to deal with it. Grievance procedure. This is another legal requirement as well, and this is what how you would deal with any grievances that your employees may have about the business. So the disciplinary procedure and the grievance procedure are both in here, and they are legal requirements that you do need to have them. Workstation usage, that's quite useful, definitely for assessing the health and safety considerations of the desk and people that work out. There's a questionnaire in there as well, as you can see. And then there are various other policies that we sort of mentioned, which are important for running the business and making sure that you stay in line with law and regulations and employee entitlements. So this is just a quick summary of the Employee Handbook. Obviously, if you want to see more, then purchase it, and you'll be able to use it for your business. Thank you.